Hey everybody, or whoever's listening. I just thought I would go live just to hear trying to bake another cake and just being pissed off because I've been making cakes forever. And I made one last night and all the sides stuck to the cake stuck to the side of the pan. And I definitely can't even tell you why because I have no idea. It didn't even give me a chance to title what this was called. Lost count. Hello. Just thought I would just come on while I'm baking my cake. I can't bake with one cake and it seems like I'm messing this one up. I made one last night and I don't know what happened. I bought 3 cake pans from Publix and it seems like every time I use them, I don't care if I use this spray stuff here or I use grease and flour, it keeps sticking to the side and I just can't seem to figure it out. So I went to the thrift store today and found one of these. Anybody know about these? I've never used this type of, hi, Miss Lala. Anybody ever used this type of buck pan before? I've never used this before. I'm gonna try it. I don't know if you have to put parchment paper in here or not. I don't know. I'm used to using these type of, hello, oh, Mr. Cooker, you should know. Hey girl, Dad. I always use these type of bundt pans, but for some reason I bought 3 of them. And I don't care what I put in it, every single time it sticks. Every single time. So I was fed up, so I said I'm going to try to use one of these. Yes, they work great. Do I need, no, just make sure it's flat, no parchment. Oh, okay, then I won't put none in. I cleaned it all out and so forth. And my cakes usually come out beautiful. Let me show you how my cake came out. I felt so defeated last night. Ain't this a hot mess? Mind you, it's good. It is delicious. But that's like the 3rd cake that has happened. So I don't know. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to use this right here. And I'm just going to grease it, go back old school. Grease it and flour it and go from there. And I've used the same recipe for 20 years. And I couldn't even tell you what was going on. So I already had my butter nice and churned. So I'm going to add my sugar. This, I always tell people this cake is not for the diabetic. But I put a mess of sugar in my cakes. And I don't know when the last time I measured this salt. So I'm going to go ahead and let this churn. Hit the like button. Well, thank you. Yeah, please hit the like button. I appreciate y'all for coming to hang out with me. How everybody doing? It's hot out and I've been running around all morning. But I need to gift my niece a cake for her birthday. And I wasn't going to give him that cake because that cake was a mess. So just been eating off of it. One thing I do when I make my pound cakes, I churn the hell out of this butter and sugar. But I'm not going to do that today because this cake was supposed to be done already and out the door and for my niece. But of course I messed it up. So that was 4 sticks of butter. And that was supposed to be 3 cups of sugar, give or take. And then I have 6 eggs. I always put 2 tablespoons of vanilla in my cake. I think the recipe just called for 2 teaspoons or something, but I put 2 tablespoons. Good. Just trying to show some love. I gotta get back to the yard. I know it's absolutely gorgeous out. I was out earlier, but I came inside. Alrighty, enjoy your outdoors. Hello, everybody else, whoever peeking, the folks in the bushes. Some people drop the eggs in one at a time. It all depends. I just use 6 big eggs. I like jumbo eggs. Cake looking better already. That's probably why that butter was on sale yesterday, because it just didn't look good. That's that. I'll let that churn for a little while. Then I'll add my vanilla. Then I'll add my flour. And then I add my buttermilk. I don't put baking powder or baking soda in my cakes. I just use buttermilk. That's why it's just the buttermilk pound cake. But you just want to always make sure everything is being incorporated. And if you ever decide to make a cake, make sure everything is room temperature, because when it's not room temperature, that can be a hot mess. Sorry for the tapping. Hey Netta and chat. Oh yeah, hello fresh. What's that? Fresh and Fire Backyard Living. Hi, do you make pound cakes? I was just in here griping because my depends on what pan I use. It was sticking to the pan. So I'm trying this. I found this at a thrifty today. I'm gonna try one of these. I've never ever used this before. I'm going to get some butter and grease it all up. Oh, let me turn it down. Oh, too far, too much. About ready to have a mess. Some people say put a little bit of flour, add your wet. Put a little bit of flour, add your wet. I haven't in years since my husband does eat sweets. I don't want to eat a whole cake by myself. I know. This one's going out the door. This is not for me. This is just 3 cups of cake flour. And because I've been making the same cake for 20 years, it just baffles me that how it just kind of stuck to the pan. I mean, it was stuck to the pan. And it wasn't the first time I had that problem either. So I'm going to blame it on the, I don't know, maybe it was the pan. Maybe that's why they were on sale. I have the slightest idea. The recipe that I use usually calls for a half a cup of buttermilk, or according to how thick your cake is, you can use a whole cup. And sometimes I even add a little bit of vegetable oil. I got a bad problem about measuring stuff. That's probably why my cake's always coming out crazy. Do people still lick the batter, even though you have raw eggs in it? I still do. I'm gonna let that mix up a little bit more, and then that's it. Buttermilk adds some good. It does. This is just one of the first cakes I learned how to make on my own, and I've just never deviated from it. It should have no reason to stick. And I got plenty of grease on here. And I think if it sticks, I'm going to scream. I'm going to get it all floured up, and then I'll go from there. That's enough. I don't want to over batter it. I think I got it greased enough. Do you use flour and butter, or do you use this stuff? This was working at first on my old pan. Then I bought some new ones trying to be fancy. And it's been downhill ever since I bought new pans. Oh, I know, right? They got us so scared to do anything now. I used to love being around kids of being there, look at the bowls. I know I still do it. I taste my batter to see how to make sure it's real sweet. But I'll tell you, when that cake stuck last night, I was like, I'm not making. Hope nobody else asked me to make no more cakes, because I'm so sick of this cake sticking to the pan. So this should be good enough. And hopefully I got butter on every spot. And I'll get this pan in the oven. It's preheated. I'll set it for 75 minutes. And I'll wait back and see what it smells like. shoot, that wasn't supposed to happen. If this thing's sticking here, I'm going to have me a natural born fit. I'm telling you. This is probably going to be my last cake. I'm not making cakes for nobody else. This is the messy part right here. Greasing and flour in the pan was always the best to me. Those sprays make things. Yeah, that's true. I'd rather do it this way. This is the way I was, my granny used to do it. But I just tried to get fancy, and I got fancy and it was a mess. Up here on the stem, I feel like there's not enough. What kind of cake did you make? The same thing. I only know how to make one cake. Hey, Bayou. Hey, sugar. I only know how to make one cake, and that's a buttermilk pound cake. I don't know how to do anything else. I really never. I tried to invest in learning how to do other cakes, but that's why I say I've been making the same cake for 20 years. So when it started sticking to the sides of the pans, I was like really tripping. I was so upset. I don't know what happened. I was just pissed. So I think I got this grease enough. It just worries me. I just made 2 cakes yesterday for some dinners I'm selling for tomorrow. I used to sell them. I used to sell them sugar, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. My cakes have just started sticking to the side. So when people, I don't even advertise no more that. And then they always want me to make a different type of cake, and I always say I only know how to make one cake, and that's a buttermilk pound cake. Can you make me a red velvet? Nope, I don't know how to make a red velvet. It takes too much time making red velvet cakes. And you make one wrong move and it's dry. And I ain't trying to have that reputation. I think this is ready. Me and all my mess. What type of cakes you make, sugar? Have you tried? I use this mess right here. I haven't tried Baker's Joy. I use this, and I really think it's the pan. I bought these 3 pans from Publix. They were on sale. I said, oh, let me try and get me some new pans. And I did that probably about 2 years ago. And ever since then, every cake I made, not every one of them, I'm going to say 9 out of 10 of them, I don't know the percentage. Anyways, that they were sticking. I made one last night. Look at this child. Cake looked like it had been through radiation. All the damn sides stayed in the damn pot. I was so pissed. But it's good as hell. Excuse me, I got a filthy mouth. It's good though. But Pam doesn't work. Baker's Joy saved my life. I'm sure going to try to pick up me some Baker's Joy. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for putting me on to that. What type of cakes you make, sugar? Not radiation. Oh, come on. And then I like this little pan because it's deeper. All those new pans that I bought, yeah, if you're going to use Baker's Joy, it's better. My auntie sells her cakes. And that's what she used. Oh, I've never tried Baker's Joy before. But I'll look into it. And then plus those little pots that I was using, those new ones, I could never fill the cake up to the rim. It always overflowed because this recipe that I have is like my old pan was bigger. I just haven't had any joy since I got rid of my old pan. And I wish I would have never gotten rid of my old pan. I think this is going to be a winner. I hope so. Yeah, I think that's going to be a winner. I ain't worried about that. That'll drip everywhere. All right, how you sugar? You bringing samples to the Soil Expo, asking for a brand. Oh, somebody's buy you bringing samples. I was like, oh, I would love to go to the Soil Expo. I keep hearing everybody talk about it. I really just want to go for Jig's honey. He got some good honey. All right, y'all. Wish me luck that it don't stick to the pan. Because that over there, my kids and my husband eat that cake over there. And my cousin, she'll still eat it. She don't care how toe up it be looking. Netta, you can make any kind of cake if you just use the same basic ingredients. Just use different flavors for whatever you want. Yeah, I want to come to this. Hey, she, thanks for dropping in. I think you've seen my cake before. I have a cruise coming up that we're going on, and I think if I tell my husband we need to go one more place, he gonna hit the roof. All right, in the oven it go. So I put it in the oven. Okay, yes, cakes that come out looking crazy. I know, and this one right here look a mess, and it is so good. It's so moist. Oh my goodness, it's good. And that's what when I would mess up cakes and I would take them to work, and they'll be like, "Oh, we don't know what you done did to this cake." I said, "This cake a mess," but they be good.
Pick up the phone. Come on, pick up the phone.
Pick it up, 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 pick it up.
Come on, pick up the phone, pick it up, onto the phone, onto the phone, onto the phone. Will you please?
Y'all. I just want to stop in and just try to do this right quick.
Pick up the phone. Come on, pick up the phone.
I'll post some pictures to see how it come out, and I hope it come out looking pretty decent. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Anybody got? Don't get your husband upset. No, well, no, I would love to come. You know, the garden community has been so welcoming, but I think that'll just be pushing it. I'll sit back and wait for everybody with all the pictures. All right, y'all. Thank you guys. Have a good time. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your gardening, and thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.